The rain fell steadily on the bustling city streets, turning the pavement into a mirror of shimmering lights. It was the kind of night that felt heavy, where every step seemed to carry the weight of the storm. Inside Veritas, a high-end restaurant tucked away in an affluent district, Tom, a 24-year-old waiter, moved through his shift with practiced precision. Tom had been working at Veritas for a year, drawn to the city by dreams that now felt as distant as the stars. Life had been unkind to him. A series of struggles had forced him to abandon his aspirations in favor of stability. Though the restaurant's polished silverware and wealthy clientele were a stark contrast to his own reality, Tom always treated every guest with respect. That evening, business was slow. Patrons trickled in, dripping rainwater from sleek umbrellas and removing damp scarves. The quiet hum of conversation and the clinking of glasses echoed in the half-empty dining room. Just as Tom finished clearing a table near the window, he noticed an elderly couple standing outside the entrance. The man was tall and thin, his long coat frayed at the edges. The woman clung to his arm, her scarf pulled tightly around her head. They hesitated under the awning, peering through the glass as if unsure whether they belonged. Something about their posture caught Tom's attention, a quiet resolve mixed with uncertainty. For a moment, Tom considered the rules. Veritas wasn't the kind of place where people could simply wander in, and the couple's worn appearance clashed with the restaurant's polished interior. But as he watched them exchange a look, an unspoken conversation filled with meaning, he felt a pull of empathy. Without a second thought, he walked to the door and opened it. "Would you like to come in?" he asked gently, offering a warm smile. The couple exchanged glances, again before the man nodded. "Thank you," he said, his voice steady but soft. Tom led them to a cozy table near the fireplace, hoping the warmth would ease their discomfort. "I'll bring you some menus," he said, before disappearing toward the counter. As he gathered the menus, Tom couldn't shake the feeling that the couple carried a story, one written in the quiet lines of their faces and the way they leaned on each other for support. When he returned, the couple sat close together, speaking in hushed tones. He placed the menus before them, but something told him they might not open them. "Would you like something warm to drink?" he offered. The woman looked up, her eyes soft, yet filled with gratitude. "That would be lovely." "Thank you," she replied. Tom brought them 2 cups of tea, ignoring the curious glances of his colleagues. The couple accepted the tea with quiet thanks. Their expressions momentarily lightened. As they sipped, Tom caught snippets of their conversation, gentle laughter, shared memories. There was a dignity in the way they carried themselves, even in their modesty. After some time, the man, who introduced himself as Samuel, motioned for Tom to come over. "Forgive us," he began, his tone careful. "We don't want to impose. It's just a warm place on a night like this is a blessing." "You're not imposing at all," Tom assured him. "Please, stay as long as you like." Samuel introduced his wife as Miriam, and the 3 began to talk. The couple asked Tom about his life, how he came to work at Veritas, his goals, his challenges. Normally reserved, Tom found himself opening up, sharing his struggles and his hope of one day doing something meaningful. Samuel listened intently, nodding thoughtfully. "You have a kind heart, Tom," he said after a pause. "In this world, kindness is a gift, a rare one." The words stayed with Tom. Moved by the couple's warmth and humility, he decided to bring them something to eat. He returned with 2 bowls of hearty soup and warm bread, setting the meal down with a quiet smile. "You didn't have to do this," Miriam whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "It's nothing," Tom replied. "Just something to keep you warm tonight." The couple ate slowly, savoring each bite as though it were a feast. Their gratitude was palpable, filling the air like a quiet song. When they finished, Samuel reached into his pocket and handed Tom a small card. "Please Visit us sometime, Samuel said with a kind smile. You may find it worth your while. Tom took the card, slipping it into his pocket without a glance. He watched as the couple left, disappearing into the rain-soaked streets. Something about their departure felt significant, though he couldn't place why. Later that night, curiosity got the better of him. Pulling out the card, he read the words printed in elegant script. Samuel Prescott, philanthropist and community leader. Tom's heart raced. Samuel Prescott? The name was well known in the city. Samuel was a celebrated philanthropist, renowned for his work in helping underprivileged communities. He had established shelters, schools, and food banks, changing countless lives. Tom sat in stunned silence, replaying their conversation in his mind. The next day, as Tom finished another shift, the restaurant was abuzz with whispers. A well-dressed man had entered, flanked by a small entourage. Tom's breath caught as he recognized him, Samuel Prescott. Samuel's gaze swept the room until it landed on Tom. With a warm smile, he walked over. "It's good to see you again," he said, extending his hand. Tom shook it, feeling both humbled and nervous. "Mr. Prescott, I didn't realize—" Samuel chuckled softly. "And that's exactly why I'm here. Kindness, when given without expectation, is the most powerful gift of all." Turning to the staff and patrons, Samuel shared the story of Tom's simple act of compassion. His words filled the room, inspiring admiration and respect for the young waiter. Then, he turned back to Tom. "I run a foundation," Samuel said. "We need people like you, people with compassion and drive. It's a paid position, and it would give you the chance to make a real difference." Tom's heart leapt. He had always dreamed of doing something meaningful, and here was an opportunity handed to him by one of the most respected figures in the city. I don't know what to say," Tom stammered. "Say yes," Samuel replied with a smile. Tom did. He left his job at Veritas to join the foundation, dedicating himself to projects that provided food, shelter, and education to those in need. Under Samuel's mentorship, he thrived, quickly earning respect for his dedication and empathy. Years later, Tom found himself mentoring others, sharing his story about the rainy night that changed his life. He reminded them that kindness requires no title or recognition, only a genuine desire to help. That simple act of compassion had set him on a path he never could have imagined, proving that even the smallest gestures can open the most extraordinary doors.